Watching this great conference. I think this event is fantastic. I think doing it here at the Rose Bowl, the best bowl game in America, the setting that this place always has in January, to be here together with all the other coaches and the great players, with all of you media here, I think is pretty special for our conference. I think it's indicative of Commissioner Scott and his aggressiveness, how innovative he is, and I think this conference is heading in a tremendous direction. With that being said, I'm excited for our football program because I think we're on that same wave. I thought we did some things last year that were exciting on both sides of the ball in special teams. I thought we finished the year on an extremely high note, had a tremendous recruiting class, kept all of our coaches, didn't lose one coach, and I think we're on a really good wave right now in this summer where our football team, our coaches, the community of Seattle is very anxious for the season to start. We are obviously led by a tremendous senior quarterback in Jake Locker, who is, I think, all of us primed for a fantastic senior season. His work ethic on and off the field is just tremendous. The leadership that he provides on the offensive side of the football is huge for us. And then you click over to the defensive side of the ball with Mason Foster sitting next to me, a guy who led the conference in takeaways last year, fantastic football player, that we've got the senior leadership in place to bring along the young football players on our team, the freshmen, the sophomore, the real youth that we have, to do something pretty special. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you go out and win every football game, because this is a very difficult conference. There's a lot of parity, and I think there's a lot of parity for a good reason. It's not because we don't have great football teams. We've got tremendous coaches, tremendous players. So for us, the real challenge as we go through this season is to take that next step. And as we move towards this season, as we move towards the Pacific 10 Conference and the race for the roses, as we like to call it, and trying to find our way to get back here January 1, it's going to be an exciting time. And not just for the University of Washington, but for the entire conference. And we're just happy to be part of it.
We'll go ahead and take questions for the group. Back right.
John Hunt from the Oregonian. Coach, with your experience in Seattle and at USC, how important is it for Northwest schools to be playing in Los Angeles?
Well, I think the most important one is here on January 1st. You know, that's for all of us. That's what we're all trying to get to. Obviously, naturally, we all recruit the Southern California area. We'd all like to be playing down here so that the kids we recruit have an opportunity to play in front of their family and friends. But ultimately, whether it's in Los Angeles, Seattle, Pullman, Corvallis, Eugene, we need to win. And so that's the ultimate goal.
Question in the back right.
Josh Hoffman, student reporter for ESPNU. Coach, you used to coach with Coach Kiffin. Now what's it going to be like to coach against him?
I think it'll be extremely competitive. It'll be fun. Lane and I are still good friends. He'll do a great job at USC, and it'll be fun to kind of see each other on opposing sidelines, and hopefully we get to do it for quite some time against each other.
Back right.
Coach, Michelle Smith, AOL Fan House. Can you talk, did you have an experience in New York that you felt like was a quintessentially New York experience?
Yeah, when I checked into my hotel room and my bed fit in the room and that was it. I left my luggage outside. That's how big the room was.
Back left.
Coach Ramona Shelburne with ESPN LA. How in the world did you get Jake Locker to stay?
You know, I was really trying to tell him to leave. No. I thought we all handled it very well. With our coaching staff, myself, Doug Nussmeier, with our athletic director, Scott Woodward, with his parents, with Jake, we really tried to get him to a point where we could educate him on the decision and give him the facts, and then ultimately let him go make the decision, not us make the decision for him. And I thought, in tribute to Jake, I think all along, if you'd ask him, he really wanted to stay, but he wanted to get all the information before he said he was staying. And he's, as I touched on, as physically gifted as Jake Locker is, how as big, as strong, as fast, as powerful, arm strength, he's a better human being. And the humility that he has, the loyalty that he has, is something that a characteristic that we try to embody in our own program. And I thought how he handled that situation, it was really indicative of who he really is as a person.
Front left.
John Goldelli, Daily News. Coach, especially in this conference, talk about the value of having a quarterback like him, and is that essential to jump into the top half?
Well, I think, historically in this conference, the teams that have either won Pac-10 championships or have been involved in the race right there at the end have had that veteran leadership at the quarterback position. Because ultimately, if you really want to win a Pac-10 championship, you got to find a way to win on the road. And you got to find a way to win on the road in hostile environments in the fourth quarter of tight ball games. And generally speaking, when you have a veteran quarterback, he's the guy that can perform in that setting. And so for us, having Jake as we go to Cal, as we go to USC, as we go to Arizona, as we go to Eugene and play Oregon, as we go to Provo early in the year and play BYU, I think for us, we'll take that advantage of having that senior quarterback who's been in those environments.
This question is for Mason. What has Coach Nick Holt meant to your defense?
Coach Holt is a great guy, you know what I mean? He brings the intensity and enthusiasm to our defense. I feel like as a defense, we just embody his personality, you know what I mean, on the field. And he just, he's helped me a lot. He's helped everybody a lot. And in the second year, I feel like everybody's going to progress a lot with Coach Holt. We understand what he's calling the defenses for, what he's trying to do with the defenses and his blitzes. So, I'm looking for great things out of our defense.
Have any further questions? Okay.
Good.
Gentlemen, thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. See ya.
Up next, we'll